Imagine waking up in a space that breathes. No pile of junk crowding the corners, no mental chaos from the moment you open your eyes. Your home isn't bursting with things, it's brimming with calm. There is space to move, space to think, and space to grow. And beyond the walls of this simple home, your finances are stable, your investments are growing, your calendar isn't overflowing because you have taken the control of your life. This isn't a fantasy, it's the real story of thousands of self-made millionaires, people who discovered that wealth isn't about having more, it's about needing less. While the rest of the world is busy hoarding, upgrading, and overspending, the truly wealthy are simplifying. They are not chasing, they are designing. Minimalism isn't about empty rooms or black and white Instagram aesthetic. It's a mindset, a strategy, a lifestyle rooted in clarity, purpose, and power. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how millionaires around the world are using minimalism not just to declutter, but to unlock freedom, build wealth, and reclaim their most valuable asset: time. For those new here, I'm Muzaffar Teja, qualified accountant, investment banker, and your guide to cutting through the noise of finance. On this channel, we don't just talk about money, we talk about owning your life. Think personal finance systems, self-development frameworks, wealth building mindsets, and investment strategies that actually work. If that's your vibe, hit subscribe and ring the bell. We drop game-changing content every week. From the moment we are born, we are conditioned to want more. More toys, more clothes, more likes, more money, more hustle. We are told that success lives on the other side of the accumulation. That the bigger your house, the better your life. That the fuller your closet, the higher your status. That the busier your calendar, the more valuable you must be. But here is the truth no one talks about. The pursuit of more often leads to less of what actually matters. More commitments, less space. More debt, less freedom. More stuff, less clarity. And the more you accumulate, the more you have to manage. Every object you buy demands your time, your space, your energy. Every yes you say to a new opportunity without reflection might be a silent no to your health, your family, or your mental well-being. Millionaires who build real lasting wealth, they see through this illusion. They don't chase more, they chase better. They ask a different question. What if the secret isn't adding more, but removing what doesn't serve me? The moment you stop measuring success by quantity and start measuring it by quality, you unlock an entirely different kind of power. You go from overwhelmed to focused, from scattered to aligned, from stretched thin to financially free. Minimalism begins with a simple realization. The things you own, the obligations you carry, the thoughts you entertain, they should serve you, not the other way around. Let's go deeper. What exactly is minimalism and what is it not? Minimalism is often misunderstood. People think it means owning nothing, living like a monk, denying yourself comfort, but real minimalism, the kind that millionaires practice, is nothing like that. Minimalism is not about scarcity, it's about intentionality. It's about stripping away what's excessive so what's essential can rise. It's about removing distractions so you can double down on what actually matters. Minimalism isn't a style, it's a system that aligns your environment, your decisions, and your finances with your deepest values. When you walk into a minimalist home, you don't just see clean counters, you feel a sense of calm, a sense of order, a sense that nothing is random. When you look at a minimalist calendar, you won't see it packed with meaningless meetings. You will see space, time to think, time to create, time to breathe. When you study a minimalist's bank account, you won't see dozens of mindless transactions. You will see purpose, clarity, leverage. Because in a minimalist's life, everything has a job. Everything either earns its place or gets removed. And that mindset of clarity, discipline, and alignment is exactly what fuels sustainable wealth. Let's talk about how wealthy really operate. It's easy to look at millionaires and assume they got rich by constantly upgrading. Bigger homes, fancier cars, more luxury. But the truth is, many of the world's wealthiest people live far more simply than you would expect. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, still lives in the same modest house he bought in Omaha in 1958. That's not a flex, that's discipline, that's intentionality. Buffett isn't interested in wasting energy on managing luxury. He's interested in maximizing clarity and control. Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, wore the same black turtleneck and jeans nearly every day. He didn't do it for fashion. He did it to reduce decision fatigue. Every outfit you choose, every new object you buy, every new app you download, it costs you more than money. It costs you focus, and Jobs understood that. The wealthy don't just accumulate assets, they protect bandwidth. They design systems, they eliminate noise. Mark Zuckerberg, another billionaire founder, follows a similar logic. Simple wardrobe, streamlined lifestyle, minimal distraction. Why? Because the real flex isn't chaos, it's control. And the more clutter you remove from your life, physical, mental, digital, emotional, the more control you gain. Millionaires don't chase complexity, they chase clarity. They don't say yes to every opportunity, they say yes to the right ones. They don't buy everything they can afford, they buy what serves their strategy. Minimalism is how they stay sharp, how they move fast, how they build empires without burning out. And here is the good news. You don't need $1 billion company to do the same. You just need the courage to say enough is enough. I'm done letting the world clutter my life. I'm ready to design it with intention. Here is where minimalism stops being just a lifestyle and start becoming a financial superpower. When you simplify your life, your expenses drop. Not because you're restricting your life, but because you finally start spending in alignment with your values. You are no longer buying out of boredom, stress, or impulse. You are buying with clarity, you are buying with purpose. And that shift changes your entire financial trajectory. Imagine this. Instead of upgrading your car every 3 years, you drive the one you own a few years longer. You save tens of thousands. Instead of filling your house with furniture and decor you barely notice, you keep only what you love and save hundreds more each month. Those savings become investments, and investments, when given time and consistency, become freedom. Minimalism naturally increases your saving rate, and savings is the foundation of wealth. But it doesn't stop there. When your life is simpler, your mind is cleaner, you are less reactive, less overwhelmed. That means you make better financial decisions, you avoid lifestyle inflation, you avoid debt traps, you stop trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. With fewer obligations and possessions to manage, you also reclaim time, and time is leverage. You can use it to learn new skills, build side income, grow a business, or simply rest and recharge. Minimalism creates space, and in that space, wealth is built. Let's make it real. The FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, is built on minimalist principle. People in this community aren't waiting until 65 to retire. They are doing it at 45, 35, even 30, and not because they struck gold, but because they mastered the art of enough. Take Mr. Money Mustache, one of the pioneers of the FIRE movement. He and his wife retired in their early 30s by living frugally, investing over 50% of their income, and designing a life that didn't rely on consumerism. They focused on what mattered: health, freedom, family, and meaningful work. Their lifestyle isn't about scarcity, it's about intentional abundance. They don't feel deprived, they feel empowered. Then there is Vicki Robin, co-author of Your Money or Your Life. She radically downsized her lifestyle and redesigned wealth. Not as how much you earn, but how aligned your spending is with your values. Her philosophy: every dollar is life energy. If you waste money, you're wasting your life. These aren't just inspiring stories, they are proof that when you stop letting culture define success and start defining it for yourself, you can unlock extraordinary freedom. Now let's talk about the hidden clutter, digital overwhelm. Most people think minimalism is just about stuff you can touch. But in today's world, one of the biggest threats to our financial clarity is your screen. Notification, endless tabs, email overload, social media addiction. Every ping and scroll fragments your focus, your mood, your motivation. Millionaires don't just guard their money, they guard their attention. Because they know that attention is the new currency, and if you give yours away to every dopamine triggering app, you are trading your empire for entertainment. Digital minimalism means reclaiming your focus. It means checking email twice a day instead of every 10 minutes. It means setting time limits on social media. It means batching your work and turning off notifications so you can enter deep creative flow. And when you do that, you make better financial decisions. You stay more consistent with your habits. You stop comparing your life to everyone else's highlight reel. You gain mental clarity, and that clarity is fuel for wealth. Because the real power power of minimalism isn't just in saving money, it's in creating space mentally, emotionally, digitally so you can operate at your best. This isn't about going extreme. You don't need to throw away 90% of your belongings or meditate in a cave. You just need to start asking better questions. Begin with awareness. Look around your home, your calendar, your bank statement. Ask what here is adding value, what's just noise. Start with one drawer, one app, one spending category. Minimalism doesn't demand massive change overnight. It thrives on small, intentional shifts that compound over time. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. This is your life, your space, your clarity journey. Choose one area of life to simplify this week. Sell what you don't use, unsubscribe from what you don't read. Let go of clothes that don't fit your current self. Create space where stress used to live. As your external life becomes lighter, you will notice your internal world becomes clearer. With less chaos, you will hear your own thoughts again. With fewer distractions, you will notice the opportunities you used to miss. Minimalism doesn't strip life of meaning. It removes the things blocking your access to it. Minimalists make powerful investors, not because they know secret strategies, but because they are patient, focused, and strategic. They don't chase the hottest stocks or trendiest cryptos. They build simple, diversified portfolios. They automate contributions. They understand that true wealth grows quietly in the background over decades, not through noise, but through discipline. Minimalist investors avoid emotional decisions because their life isn't full of emotional spending triggers. They aren't constantly overstimulated by consumer culture. They don't panic when market dips or when a get-rich-quick scheme shows up. They know that complexity kills returns, so they keep their investment clean, long-term, and aligned with their life vision. Many millionaires invest this way, using index funds, real estate, or long-term business equity. They don't need to gamble because their wealth doesn't depend on a quick win. It depends on a system. That's what minimalism gives you, the clarity to build a wealth system you can stick to. Here is something most people don't talk about. Minimalism applies to people too. Millionaires don't let just anyone into their circle. They are fiercely protective of their energy. They know that toxic relationships are like clutter for soul. They drain time, joy, and momentum. Minimalist living isn't just about having fewer things. It's about having fewer energy leaks, fewer arguments that leads nowhere, fewer draining interactions that make you feel smaller instead of stronger. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Minimalists curate those 5 with intention. This doesn't mean cutting off everyone. It means choosing depth over drama, choosing support over competition, choosing conversations that elevate you over gossip that distract you. And when you apply minimalism to your relationships, something amazing happens. You find yourself with more time, more peace, and more alignment. You stop bending to fit in. You start standing tall in your own life. Let's land this. We have been told that freedom comes from earning more, but real freedom comes from needing less. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about elevation. It's about defining success on your terms, not society's. When you stop chasing everything, you start attracting what matters. When you stop spending blindly, you start investing wisely. And when you stop filling every minute, you start living every moment. Minimalism gives you margin. Margin gives you clarity. Clarity gives you power. And in a world of obsessed with more, the boldest move you can make is to simplify. So here is the invitation. Clear the clutter, not just from your closet, from your life, from your finances, from your relationships, from your mind. Because the less weight you carry, the faster you move, and the less noise you let in, the louder your purpose becomes. This is Mr. Financial Mindset. I'm Muzaffar Teja, reminding you, you weren't born to pay bills and die. You were born to build freedom. And sometimes the fastest way to rise is to first let go. Thanks for watching. If this added value to your life, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to simplify, and subscribe for more financial freedom content every single week.